guess we're going to be showing off the Ponchi sword, whether I want to or not, for a little while. But let's just say I will be coming back to the Mercury Lighthouse a lot, because Hermes Water is still that good. Remember, when we defeated Tret properly, we got Hermes Water for basically free. That way we wouldn't have to go all the way back through the Colonial Forest and the Colonial Forest dungeon just to get Tret revive and all that, and that could cause its own issues, but we're just gonna ignore that for now and move along our merry way. Hey, we're gonna go into a new area, have a new dungeon, new experience. Well, new in a certain sense, like it's not new, but I meant like we're actually gonna get to do some fighting in that. We should be able to do some fighting in that at least. So the thing is, the Machete, for some reason when developing the game, they decided that the thing that would indicate whether you have prologue sprites or normal sprites for a party member is if you were holding the Machi. You know, that random weapon that they gave you at the very start of the game while you're still kids. Apparently that's the factor that flags whether or not you have your normal sprites or your baby sprites. I accidentally stumbled into this while working on Dawn of Djinn. I found it funny, so instead of just not using the weapon altogether, I made it into a new one that you had to go through a very specific matter in order to even be able to get. So now that we have it, we can turn any of our prologue, or we can turn either of our starting party members into baby form whenever we please. Oh, that's right. Going back to Dawn of Djinn means going back to nobody talking for now. It's unfortunate, even though I was just saying that the game kind of gets too wordy as is. I was also saying in that same sentence how much I appreciate and enjoy it not being, or enjoy the story that the game did tell, as simple as it was. Alright. Seems like a good time to throw a Smith on here. I mean, since I have the ability to dilute, I might as well make use out of it. Oh yeah, that's right. Cleric's Ply is... well, you won't see it here because, for one, I believe Mia's... I thought there was a piece of equipment Mia has that just gives her healing ply. No, I'm thinking of the Mercury Mace that I'm getting things confused, but point being, this should be something, should be an ability that she only has when she has 2 or more Djinns. So there is some customization with the class system beyond your normal scenario. Let me just get into some fighting. My jabbering's kind of feeling a little busted at the moment. Oh, and the split. I just realized that the splitting enemies are kind of gonna keep being annoying little splitting enemies, and we're gonna just have to deal with it. Alright, guess busting a Gaia on all you wouldn't be too bad. Glare to like get a little synergy in the process. Oh, that's right! Dawn of Djinn. We got Djinnies that have wide range attacks again. And because we went through the Mercury Lighthouse with a more vanilla move pool, I never got a chance to actually showcase what our new friend Shiver does. Oh, come on, I just defeated you! You're not allowed to get a friend to replace you just as soon as I get rid of you. There we go. I was gonna say no need for Seep yet, but on the other hand, I am like burning up my synergy a little bit, so you can only recover it so quickly, so it might be worth taking a little time. Oh, yeah, see. I think the game just got confused because I swapped between save files, but... Or no, I was just lazy. Cleric Apply is still there. And that's something I might have to look a little more into later. Don't mind me, I still really feel a little confused. Yeah, it must be tied to her equipment as well. Yeah, there it goes. It has an it has an unleash and it bestows synergy when equipped. So we have it equipped. We have the Cleric's Ply. We unequip it. We don't have the Cleric's Ply. But if you really like Cleric's Ply, just set to Mercury Djinns, and well, you know, Cleric's Ply is back. That'll be more so for later, because like either you get the Mercury, you actually get the Mercury staff or mace and equip it on her, and you would need to have the Djinns to keep Cleric's Ply going. Or you actually want to be experimental with the Djinns, but still have a way to heal. I spent way too long just on that pause screen. I say we just keep progressing forward and try to get some action, assuming we don't run into monsters that want to stop us at literally every turn along the way. I was gonna say, wow, is that fur coat really better than the leather armor that I just bought? I guess so. Now for the real reason I was in here though. I think I've gotten a little tired of Garrett being baby. It's time for Isaac to be baby again. And I'm totally not gonna sell this sword as soon as I can find something better. Also, just to make conversation while treading through familiar areas, because I'm bad with spelling, let's just say I thought Fusion Temple, it didn't look like Fusion Temple to me. And that's the end of the story. Bum bum ba-dum bum. Also, an unfortunate part of using the dialogue list patch, I don't think I ever actually got a chance to showcase this. Mine read just in flat out work, but don't you worry, the one time that's actually relevant to the plot for it to work, it thankfully still works. That would have been quite an oversight to have the game soft lock because of that. I mean, I technically don't need the Force Gem, but why would you not have it? Well, I can think of one reason why you would want to not have it, but I'm gonna see if I can have my cake and eat it too, as the wise saying goes. Anyways, I'm apparently feeling really spicy today with literally no default classes whatsoever. Let's see how quickly it takes for me to regret that. Yeah, that's not... Well, so much for what I was about to say. It sounded like I was jinxing myself anyways. I mean, that game gives me 3 save files. I'm sure I can get rid of one. As long as I keep the Emil one so I can go off stream and showcase all the battles that I didn't climbing up the Mercury Lighthouse the first time. We're not quite at the point where mimics get really nasty in this. If you haven't really seen the trailer or anything that really promotes it, I won't spoil the surprise. We'll just leave it at yeah. We'll leave it at yeah. Can't do anything with that quite yet. I don't know if Delude would do any good, and also more efficient ways to make use out of it. Can I drop your resistance? Guard you. Do you normally not have guard? I think I'm gonna have to check a second source besides Golden Sun Wiki. Because I know partly this is a mod change, but I kind of also feel like it is not to the point. I feel like Garrett normally has access to at least a guard synergy line before having 4 Ginnies. I don't think it's that terrible. And that's definitely something I should check before releasing the Jenna mod. Because if I'm gonna have Mia have Protect, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because it would help reduce how broken having both Protect and Wish on the same party member would be, but also kind of be a good way to make... I still want to stay a little true to how the Protect line would normally work on Garrett. For those of you who missed that part, I've been working on another mod for Golden Sun. Unlike Dawn of Djinn, it's mostly vanilla, minus the fact that Garrett's been replaced with Jenna. If you think this is too hard but want a different way to experience Golden Sun, I would recommend it. It should be out by the time you see this video, and I wouldn't say I had fun making it because it was a pain to make. A lot more pain than sprite swapping was a lot more of a pain than I thought it should be. But just from playtesting it, I had a lot of fun. So I think you would have a lot of fun too, just playing for it. Because it's not just a palette swap, but you have the same Jenna moves, the moves that Jenna would have in Lost Age. So you're actually playing the game with a new party member. It's not just a palette swap. The one downside is that the weapons look a little weird on her, but it's fine. Also, I gotta remember this is a hard mod, and I gotta pay a little attention to myself. If I run completely on autopilot, I am gonna pay for it dearly. So yeah, let me just focus a tiny bit more on the game, at least until I get out of, hey, you're gonna die range. Like, I have a Djinn that blocks the majority of damage. It probably wouldn't be a bad... Apparently I wasn't enough out of the autopilot train, because I still made that mistake. It's about time to get a little Smith in our lives. Yeah, I know we're back to hard mode, and things are gonna be a bit more bulky, but I wasn't thinking that I'd be struggling in this of all things. Alright, summon Atlantis, summon Curlin. Actually, I eventually just do it. No, he'll be... You have the Jupiter Jizz, you'll have the water moves, it'll work out. Though you should probably summon Curlin. Do you want to try to lower his resistance again? Oh, that's right. I probably sold off the Zoom shoes because they didn't show up as an item when I had the save file under the Jenna mod. Crud. That's something that'd be worth looking into. It's not... I don't think it's the end of the world. If I lost them, I can either just put it back in because I have that power, or we can work without it, because I don't think we're too far away from additional options to boost our speed. We probably still got maybe half a dungeon or two, but we're getting there. There we go. And speaking of healing rings, in case you weren't lucky with the... I just remembered that since the place that you would get the healing ring been replaced with the Glare Charm, this is now a drop that certain enemies right outside the Mercury Lighthouse would give. But to be kind, I made sure that you had at least one instance where a more guaranteed way to get the new healing ring equivalent. So it's basically just the healing ring, but also heals synergy points. I forget if it won't tell me in the details. I forget how much I increased the healing by. Oh yeah, that's right. Djinn charms count as rings in this, so you can't have a ring and a Djinn charm equipped. I mean, I've been messing around with Isaac class enough that he might not have the healing options I need at every moment in time.